Good day, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Weekly Forecast, trading the week ahead. My name is Prayer. This is a formal trading show. I'll be doing the weekly forecast looking at the week ahead from the 13th to the 17th, all the setup and the trade ideas that I'm anticipating coming from next week. So the first place where we're gonna start from the fundamentals, what I'm looking for, and the idea that I'll be looking for based on my fundamentals. So just a quick overview of the spreadsheet that I used. So this is a spreadsheet that I used. And then you can clearly see we have all of these assets here that I trade. You look at NFP, CPI, PPI. So this is the parameters that I use to determine my bias with a total score. So for the coming week, let me filter looking at on the bearish side of things. I'm looking at anything against the dollar mostly. I'm looking at Euro USD, AUD USD, and I do have a trade running on AUD USD. I'm looking at NZD USD. Bitcoin has just given me a strong bearish momentum for which I do not like. I'm not gonna consider taking Bitcoin, but it is giving me a strong bearish momentum. To be honest with you, when it comes to Bitcoin, I do not like trading against the trend because you're clearly bullish on Bitcoin. So I didn't want to go against the trend. And so another GPP CAD, that's another trade that I'm looking for, NZD. But those are the only on the bearish side. They're giving me a very strong bearish momentum. And then on the upside, the bullish momentum or bullish fundamental bias, the trades that I have, anything with the dollar. Euro AUD, I'll be looking at Euro AUD as my one of the trade that I'll be strongly looking into. Um, and then another one, USD CAD, USD JPY. I would love to check USD JPY and what you're looking at. And I think this is mostly because when you look at the NFP numbers that came in on Friday, the NFP was good, or it was bullish for a dollar. We got a very hot NFP number. So these are the things that I'll be looking for: USD CHF, USD JPY, and interestingly, the JSE top 40, it's also bullish. This I do trade, but I do not trade it on leverage account. I use one of our South African brokers that is not leveraged. Then I buy my JSE top 40 as shares. Let me put it that way. So these are the things that I'm looking for. And when you go to NFP, just quick browse on the NFP number. When you look at when you look at NFP numbers, the jobs opening, just before now, from last year, we saw a rise in good job numbers um, from last year. I mean, from 20, oh, flip, sorry. Just wanted to be more visible. Here we go. From January 2023, we saw that it started rising, but again, we started coming lower. And this was caused by, uh, when NFP numbers are high, you get CPI, you have inflation, CPI is slightly higher, then the job will increase interest rates, the Feds are supposed, and then you start seeing this decline again. But now, most recently, look at the Friday NFP number. It's quite good, 256, meaning the job numbers are quite good in the USA. And this gives me a worry again. When you look at the CPI numbers, these are the CPI numbers. We saw a very huge decline as the Fed increased interest rates just to curb the inflation. Then, and the target for inflation is 2%. We saw close to 2%. Now we're starting to rise again. And the rise in inflation, this is what I think. This rise in inflation chances that might cause the Feds not to increase interest rates. I mean, not to decrease interest rates more. We are likely to get higher interest rates, and this will only happen or might happen when we continuously see a rise in CPI numbers because the U.S. economy is booming. The U.S. economy is booming. So this is a good thing for the US. However, for any other person, it might not be as good as we want. And then looking at okay, here we go. Next week, news that we have at CPI. We'll go through this midweek when we trade during our New York PM session. We'll go through this, but CPI numbers. So these are the CPI numbers that we're anticipating, and they've already forecasted an increase in CPI because the jobs numbers are good in the US. The economy is booming. We are anticipating an increase in CPI because the economy is doing well in the US. But let's go to the charts. Before we go, let's go to the charts. Let's go to the charts. Let's do our analysis. As I said previously, I do have a trade on AUDUSD. I'm short on AUDUSD. For this coming week, I'm looking for. I'm not even gonna say a lot. I'm just looking for shorts here. I'm looking into ending this position. The first position, I moved my stop loss to break even. So now I want to add on to the position I have. Once we retest back into this fair value gap here that it left, or retest the weekly low and push back. Once we enter, I might trade my stop loss just to below this fair value, above this fair value gap. On the other trade that I said I'm looking for, we have USD JPY. For USD JPY, I'm not looking into taking anything. I'll love for it to come back lower, retest this support or this daily fair value gap to continue pushing to the upside. So it's nothing interesting for me there. USD CHF, still nothing. I'm not looking into taking anything. I'm around USD CHF. The market is pushing. I am just gonna wait to see if we're not gonna get a push up. Maybe I'll look for something. But for the coming week, there's nothing here. I love to get GU. I love to get GU. I'm just gonna wait for a retest to this breakup block or this daily fair value gap. If I can get this move, I may look to continue going short on GU and also Euro USD. Euro USD also, it's a trade that I'm really anticipating and that I'm waiting for. I want to add a position on the retest to this high here. On the retest to that, I or to the support stop loss just above. I could put my stop loss here, but I feel like it's a bit tight. So I'll just put it just above this bearish candle there to go short. So I'm looking for a continuation to the downside here. Because we saw the market holding the support. We broke to the downside, came back for a retest, it rejected again, and you see a lot of bearish momentum. So it would be nice for me to get a retest to this low and continue to the downside. So I'm bearish on the Euro USD. On the flip side, when I look at this is interesting, NASDAQ and or indices for that matter. Funny enough, I was very bullish. I've just taken a loss here. My stop loss was at what's this trend line? Yep. What was at this low. And then I've taken a loss on NASDAQ, also US 30 and S&P 500. I'm just waiting, honestly. There's nothing for me, yeah. I'm just gonna see and watch closely. Normally for me, I feel like we still have a lot of upside for our US investors. We still have a lot of upside. If if we can get an inversion here, we invade this fair value gap and retest then maybe I might look to go to the upside, but only if my fundamental bias makes sense. Because right now, when I look at NASDAQ, I think it's just neutral to bearish. I think it's giving me a neutral reading. Oh yeah, NASDAQ is giving me a -4 with it's more of a neutral reading for me. So I'm not looking into taking it. It's more of a neutral reading. So I'm staying out on Nasdaq or indices, Nasdaq S&P 500 and US 30. But also GJ is slightly bullish. AUDJPY is slightly bullish. I'm not also looking into taking them. I love taking my buyer's signal only when we see that it's above ±8 and above, 9 and above. That's when I start looking for to go to just that's when I start looking for technical signal because fundamentally it when it's like 9 and above and -9 and below, then that's when we have a clear signal for either bullish or bearish. So Nasdaq, if it does give us a move like this, and after a day or two, and then our fundamentals changes on S&P 500 and Nasdaq, then I would gladly look to enter that. So Euro AUD, it's a different case for me specifically. I think it's bullish. Let me just quickly confirm here. Just gonna quickly confirm on my fundamental. Am I looking for Euro AUD? GBP CAD, strong bearish. That's interesting. So GBP CAD is giving me a strong bearish signal. Euro CAD as well, obviously. Um, and Euro GBP, it's okay. No, Bitcoin, yes, I did say. So Euro AUD, it's a very strong bullish It's a very strong bullish signal. So for me, this is interesting. Okay. GBP CAD is giving me a bearish signal. And what I'm looking for, honestly, here, look, if you can look closely to this Fibonacci, I want uh, a retest to this fair value gap that it left here, this daily fair value gap, just by 50% of the Fibonacci. Just by that, if I can get a retest there, I can start looking to go short. But before then, I'm just gonna stay out and watch from afar. GBP AUD, it's giving us a bullish signal. Just waiting closely for a retest to this support or this 5 daily fair value gap to continue to the upside. So also the Euro AUD, I don't like Euro AUD technically. I don't like how it's looking like, so I'm staying out. And you can see that it's a bit choppy for me, so I'm staying out. There's no acceleration or momentum to the upside or to the downside either way. So I am staying out. Gold, our favorite gold. Gold for me, it gave me a bearish momentum. Fundamentally, gold is bearish. Oil, it's bullish, and gold, it's bearish. However, for gold, I don't like anything here. I'm just gonna wait if it's gonna because we are just in this range, and I don't wanna trade this range. So it's either I'm gonna wait for something like that. That would be something that I'm waiting for, or something like this. And then this is what I'll be interested in. But other than that, I'm honestly not interested in anything else. I'm just gonna be waiting outside. But the most interesting one that I have and that I'm looking very closely is US oil. US oil gave us a bullish reading, and frustratingly, I missed this. It just tapped and pushed to the upside. It just tapped here and pushed to the upside. So looking at it, I was honestly looking for a trade, but because of how it reacted, it didn't give me, oh, where is this now? It didn't give me time to look at this yesterday. Anyway, it didn't give me time to react yet, but I'm still looking for a retest to this level. Then we can push to the upside. That's all for me. So if I can come back on a daily time frame, you start seeing a slowdown here. You start seeing a slowdown back to this level and then push to the upside. Then I'll be interested in oil. Bitcoin, it gave me a bearish, just give me a bearish reading. And the bearish could be just we're gonna be bearish until this daily fair value cap. So my call for Bitcoin, to might see Bitcoin coming back to retest the 80,000 mark. That's where what I'm watching closely, or the 84,000 mark. That's what I'm watching closely. Before then, I'm not looking into taking shots or long on oil, on Bitcoin. So I'm watching closely 80,000 or 84,000. Those are the levels that I'm watching closely. If we get the retracement back to 84 or 80,000, then I might start to look for trades to the upside as well, because I still believe with Donald Trump coming in, there's still a lot of bullish moment. There's still a lot of bullish ideas that we might see coming the first quarter, because we don't know what Trump's gonna support, but Trump is pro Bitcoin, pro business, so we are likely to see Trump doing the stuff for us on Bitcoin. USD JPY, I did explain it. USD CAD, also USD CAD going to next week. I'm just waiting for a break and hold above to continue to the upside. So that's what I'm waiting for. NZD USD, we have a very strong bearish momentum here. But technically, it's not my best. Only if only if we get a move like that, then I can start to look for shorts on NZD. And remember, when these things happens, I'm not just gonna enter and look for trades. I will honestly, I'll honestly wait and see if I'll honestly look at my fundamentals, and I'll look at my fundamental spreadsheet and scoring to see if anything has changed yet. And if nothing has changed, then I'm not gonna look for trades. But for the immediate, I have AUDUSD. So when the market opens on Monday, oh sorry, when the market opens on Monday, I'm looking for a re-entry here, a retest to this level, and enter another position to the downside. So, and also I'm looking at Euro USD. This is quite far away, but anything above here, then I'm gonna look to enter. Also, but with this, you're likely to get a rejection here also, because it's a breakout. So you're likely to get another retest there, and then it pushes lower. But for me, I don't want it. I need something very, 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 very premium there. So if you get this premium price, then I'm happy to go short. So these are the ideas that I have for the following week, and the rest I'm just watching out. So in the immediate, it's AUDUSD, Euro USD, and the rest is just being patient. And then the bonus one is SA top 40. And I did explain with SA top 40 or JSE top 40. Primarily do not trade on a leveraged account. I use a South African broker where I trade my stocks or where I buy my stocks, not necessarily trade. And it's not a leveraged account. So for JSE top 40, I'm looking for long as long as we are holding this daily order block and my fundamentals are telling me it's a strong bullish momentum for JSE top 40. So if we're to look at closely, if you're looking at JSE top 40 closely, you can see that we have a plus 10, which is very, very strong. So then the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, and then I'm gonna look for long. I'm closely looking for longs coming from tomorrow. If we get a rejection, trade above there, I'm gonna look to go long like that. If we get an invasion of this further look at here, if we get an invasion of this further look at, I'm gonna look to go long on AC top 40. So these are the primary thing that I have. And the final thing that I wanted to look at was what do you call this? The final thing that I wanted to look at was the CO2 report. Shout out to Trading Star for the CO2 reports that it updates us with. For the CO2 report, I'm just going to look at gold. Um, just going to look at gold, what the big players are doing with gold. So you see that they're taking profits on gold, to be honest. Look at gold, they closed a lot of long contracts and a lot of short contracts, close to equal, but more long contracts than short contracts. And this was just a report that we got on Friday. So you can clearly see that long term they're still bullish. However, for us who are doing trading using the daily and the 4H time frame, I'm closely looking at it. They closed a lot of long and a lot of short contracts. There's no clear direction. It looks like they're taking profits on their gold positions. So for me, I am not looking for gold. That's why I'm staying out. And on the flip side as well, when you look at NASDAQ, let's see what they did. They also closed a lot of long and short contracts. But if you can check the net, we are netting short. NASDAQ, we start seeing a short net because when you do the calculations of these two, you realize that it's a net short, meaning it's a negative. So they closed a lot of more long contracts than short contracts. So for last week, they were bearish. They were slightly bearish. Interesting. This I didn't expect this to be like this last week. I thought they were bullish. Okay, maybe because I was bullish. However, um, this is interesting for Nasdaq. So that's why maybe it's giving me neutral to a bearish reading on my fundamental spreadsheet. And then final thing, crude oil. Also, there was news last week about crude oil. Because now when I read the news, it spoke of I think there is cold. It's cold in the US and the areas around Europe, so they will be burning more oil, and then that there's more demand, and if there's more demand, you get the prices to increase. So this is definitely it. They added more long contracts. They closed a very few short contracts, but generally they added a lot of long contracts, and we see oil very high. So my best bet, my best bet, it is oil and AUD USD and Euro AUD just for the first 2 days. But you know that we're just gonna keep on updating on as the week goes by. And just on the indices part, or let's look at Bitcoin just for interest sake. Let's just look at Bitcoin. Close profits, close long, close shorts, same thing. They're quite neutral as well. Uh, and then I'm just gonna, because I know the dollar index or the dollar is very strong. So let's just quickly see what did they do with the dollar. Also, the dollar they closed long and short net shorts. But let's see what's gonna happen. We might get a retracement back this coming week. So, uh, yep. So this has been an interesting one for the following week. So I think that's it, guys. Been looking at it. Just keep a close look on AUD, USD, Euro USD, US oil, and finally SA or JSE top 40. Those are the things that I'm looking closely the first 2 days of the week. And thank you guys. My name is Prayer. This was the Ahorofomo Trading Show. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment and tell me what you think about the following week and or basically the first quarter of the year. Tell me what you think about the market. Are we gonna get very are we gonna get a very volatile market? And where do you think the indices are going or stocks? Do you think the USA economy will perform well? But anyway, thank you very much, guys. Please don't forget to like, subscribe. My name is Prayer. This was the Ahorofumo Trading Show. Love you. Peace.